All right, let's dive into what is, without a doubt, a massive turning point in the entire Harry Potter story. We're talking about a year that kicks off with this epic, legendary competition, but it ends with the return of, well, the darkest wizard of all time.
So picture this, right? For the first time in centuries, Hogwarts gets to host the Triwizard Tournament. I mean, this is supposed to be this huge, incredible show, a symbol of magical schools from all over working together. And the prize for the winner? We're talking eternal glory. The stage is just perfectly set for something epic.
But of course, right from the get-go, things go completely off the rails. The magical cup that's supposed to pick 3 champions, well, it spits out a 4th name. And whose name is it? Harry Potter's. This one single, totally impossible moment, that's the first clue that something much, much bigger and way more terrifying is going on.
Okay, so to really get what's happening with the tournament, you gotta understand the mood at the time. This wasn't just some fun, friendly school competition. No way. This whole thing was taking place under this dark cloud of fear that was starting to build.
I mean, even before the students got back to Hogwarts, you had total chaos at the Quidditch World Cup. Voldemort's followers, the Death Eaters, just show up and start attacking people. And then, you see this symbol blasted into the sky, the Dark Mark. Nobody had seen that thing for 13 years, not since Voldemort fell. The whole wizarding world was seriously on edge. And that's the moment they decide to announce this tournament, almost like it's supposed to make everyone forget what's really happening.
Okay, so the tournament has some very strict rules, and the biggest one, the age limit. You had to be 17. Dumbledore himself puts this powerful age line around the Goblet of Fire, so there's literally no way anyone younger could get their name in. It was meant to be completely foolproof, which, makes what happens next even crazier.
So the goblet does its thing. It picks Victor Crumb, the famous Quidditch player. Then Fleur Delacour from Beauxbatons. And for Hogwarts, the super popular Cedric Diggory. Everything's going according to plan. And then it spits out a 4th name, Harry Potter. But wait, he's only 14. He swears up and down he didn't do it. So the big question is, how on earth did his name get past that magical line?
And the fallout is immediate. Almost nobody believes him. They all think he's a cheat, just looking for more fame. Even his best friend Ron totally turns on him. The rest of the school is walking around with these nasty magical badges, making fun of him. So here's Harry, forced to compete in this incredibly dangerous tournament, and he's basically all alone.
All right, let's talk about the tasks. Because his name came out of the goblet, Harry is now in a binding magical contract. He has to compete in these 3 insane challenges. Challenges that were designed for wizards way older and more skilled than he is. But what he doesn't know is that every single task is just another step in a much bigger, much darker plan.
And yeah, these tasks are absolutely no joke. First up, get past a dragon. A real, fire-breathing mother dragon. Then you've got to rescue someone from the bottom of the Black Lake. And for the grand finale, navigate a giant maze that's crawling with magical creatures and nasty curses. I mean, every single one of these could get you killed.
So for that first task, does Harry get an easy dragon? Of course not. He draws the Hungarian Horntail, the most dangerous one of the bunch. But he pulls off this brilliant move, summoning his firebolt and using his insane flying skills to get past it. And seeing that, that's what finally makes Ron realize, oh, this is real. My friend could actually die, so they finally make up. But man, it was a close one.
Then comes the second task. Harry's supposed to rescue Ron from the merpeople. Simple enough, right? But he gets down there and sees that one of the other champions, Fleur, hasn't made it, and her little sister is still down there. Harry just can't bring himself to leave her, so he ends up saving 2 people instead of just 1. It costs him first place, but it tells you everything you need to know about who he is. He'll always choose people over glory. And that choice, well, it's a huge hint at the kind of man he's going to become.
But all of this makes you wonder, right? How is Harry, this 14-year-old kid, surviving tasks meant for 17-year-olds? Well, all year long, he just happens to get these little hints, these convenient clues. And a lot of them seem to be coming from the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, Mad-Eye Moody. So the question is, why is he helping Harry? Is he just a really good teacher? Or is there something else going on entirely? And here we go. This is the moment it all comes to a head. The third and final task. Harry and Cedric are in the maze, both fighting their way to the center. They actually get to the Triwizard Cup at the exact same time. And in this amazing moment of sportsmanship, they decide, hey, let's take it together, a Hogwarts win. That single, noble decision, it changes everything. Because the cup wasn't the prize. It was a trap. The second their hands touch it, the world just dissolves around them. They're gone, ripped right out of the Hogwarts grounds.
See? Someone had turned the cup into a port key. That's a magical object that basically teleports you somewhere else when you touch it. But this one wasn't taking them to a victory celebration. Oh no. This was a one-way ticket, powered by dark magic, that dropped them right in the middle of a creepy, dark graveyard.
And it's there, in that graveyard, that the horrifying truth finally comes out. Cedric, he's killed. Just like that. Harry is tied to a tombstone, helpless, and forced to watch this absolutely grotesque dark magic ritual. They put 3 things into a giant cauldron: bone of the father, taken from the grave, flesh of the servant, willingly given by Pettigrew, and blood of the enemy, forcibly taken from Harry.
And from that cauldron, Lord Voldemort rises. He's back. He has a body again. He immediately tries to kill Harry, but then this miracle happens. Their wands connect. See, they both have a feather from the same phoenix inside, and it creates this incredible magical effect. It basically forces Voldemort's wand to spit out echoes of the people he's killed, including Harry's own mom and dad. They create just enough of a distraction for Harry to grab Cedric's body, grab the cup, and get the heck out of there.
So Harry makes it back to Hogwarts, but the nightmare is far from over. He's not just bringing back Cedric's body, he's bringing back the truth. Voldemort is back. And now, a whole new kind of fight begins, the fight to get anyone to actually believe him.
And this is where we get the final gut punch of a reveal. The entire year was a setup. The Mad-Eye Moody they all knew and trusted, that wasn't him. It was Barty Crouch Jr., a loyal Death Eater, using Polyjuice Potion. He was the one who put Harry's name in the goblet. He was the one who helped Harry survive every task. It was all a ridiculously elaborate plot to get Harry to that graveyard. The whole tournament was just a trap.
And this just perfectly sets up the new battle lines, doesn't it? On one side, you have Dumbledore. He hears what Harry says, he sees the evidence, and he knows the terrible truth. Voldemort is back, and they need to get ready for war. But on the other side, you've got the Minister for Magic, Cornelius Fudge. The truth is just too scary, too inconvenient for him. So what does he do? He plugs his ears, closes his eyes, and chooses denial. He calls Harry a liar, calls Dumbledore a troublemaker, all because he wants to pretend that everything is fine.
You know, this is really the moment the whole series just grows up. It stops being just a story about a magical school. A classmate is murdered, the ultimate villain is back, stronger than ever. All that innocence from the first few years, it's just gone, shattered. And what's left is the cold, hard reality that a war is coming.
And it really leaves us with this huge question, one that goes way beyond just the wizarding world, right? The Ministry of Magic refusing to believe the truth didn't stop Voldemort. It didn't make him go away. All it did was give evil a head start. It gave him time to gather power in the dark. So it really makes you think, when you're faced with a hard, uncomfortable truth, what's the real cost of just looking the other way?